Hey, good morning, friends. Happy Saturday. As always, I just got back from my walk and I had some thoughts, so I wanted to hop in here and share really quickly. And my dog's going crazy, so don't mind her in the background. Okay, I want to encourage you, if you're catching this live, or if you're catching it on the replay, please hear me out. Listen to the whole thing before you make judgment. The initial thought is that you didn't choose this, but this is a choice. You really need to wrap your mind around that. We didn't choose to lose our loved ones. We didn't ask for this. We didn't choose this. But how we move forward is a choice. The level of pain and the length of time that we spend in that pain is our choice. The other reason why I say we didn't choose this, but it is our choice, is we underestimate so much how much our minds have been programmed. I'm not sure if I've shared in here before, but actually by the time you're 35, 95% of what you do in a day comes from subconscious thought patterns. You're not even making conscious choices. You're working on autopilot. You are working on programming. Our brains work that way, that when we do a thing and think a thing, it creates a pattern in our mind. And so it becomes automatic. And I would submit to you that so much of how you're dealing with grief, responding to grief, is from your automatic pilot programming, based on what other people have said to you, how you've seen other people grieve, what media says, what Facebook groups say, all these things. Every bit of information that you have put into your mind, either by watching, listening, reading, has all created the programming from which you're operating from. Most people aren't aware of that, and then certainly they don't know how to change it if they decide they want to change it. So I'm here to tell you that even the way that you're responding to grief largely you're not choosing it consciously. It is just the output of your programming. But the important thing to know is that you can choose to make a different choice. So if you don't like how it's feeling, if you don't like how long it's taking, if you don't like any part about it, you can choose to make a different choice. The key, though, is it's not enough to just, I don't like feeling this way, so I'm going to choose to feel a different way. I wish it worked that way. Oh my gosh, if it worked that way, the world would be a different place. But the first step is becoming aware that it is part of your programming and saying that you don't like the output that you're getting. The second step is to determine the output you would like to get, and then systematically go about reprogramming yourself so that you can receive that output. Now, that's where most people lose it, because it doesn't happen instantly. It takes repetition. It takes consistent repetition in order to reprogram our programming so that we can see a different output. So the problem is people will try something different for a couple days or maybe even a couple weeks, and what do they say? Oh, this doesn't work. See, and we revert back to our programming because we try it for a little bit, we don't see a change in output, so we assume it doesn't work and we just revert back to our programming. The key is actually it's 63 days to change one thought, to make one new thought become automatic. That's the time span that it takes to go from short-term memory to long-term memory, from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind. So you have to know the things you're wanting to rewire, intentionally rewire them, and then work at it for 63 days before it becomes automatic. And then the longer you do it, the more ingrained it is into your programming, and it truly is automatic. So that's the first thought that I want to share with you, that you did not choose this. We didn't choose for our people to die. And mostly we didn't choose how to respond to it. Our response to it is an output of the programming that we have. So if we want a different output, we need to change the programming. That's thought number one. Thought number two is this idea about what's possible and what's impossible. So many people say, recovery is impossible. And I have a little analogy that I want you to think about. Let's say if I walk into a gym today and I see someone lifting 300 pounds, I'm going to say, that's impossible. There's no way I can do it. Because today that is impossible for me. But if I decided that I wanted to do that and I set myself towards that goal and I learned how to lift weights and I applied myself to lifting weights, and every day or every week and I get a coach to teach me how to lift the weights, eventually I can lift that weight. Maybe, I don't even know, honestly. I'd have to apply myself and try in order to determine if I could do that. But so many of us count ourselves out before we've even applied ourselves to the thing. So I want to encourage you, don't speak over your life and say, I'll never be happy again, or I'll never recover, or I'll always be broken, all these things. Because maybe today for you that is impossible. But if you would apply yourself to the work of healing, if you would apply yourself, like we're talking right now about, to this reprogramming, if you will reprogram so that you can get a different output, and if you will apply yourself to it consistently and take it seriously and throw all yourself at it, you don't know what's possible for you. And you don't know what might be different in 3 months or 3 years. We don't know. So can we change our mindset and change our language around how we're tackling this thing called grief recovery? And can we dare to believe that we have not reached the best yet, right? That there's more room for improvement, and that if we will apply ourselves to the work of it, if we will apply ourselves to the work of addressing our programming and reshaping our thoughts around grief and loss and getting the right tools and getting the right support, that we actually don't know where we will end up. But I'm here to tell you, as an example of somebody, I would be the person in the gym that's lifting the 300 pounds because I have applied myself to this work for a long time. And so what I can do today, you probably can't do today, simply not because I'm special, but simply because you have not applied yourself for the same length of time using the same tools that I have been using. And so I hope that I spark hope in you that there is better days ahead, that there can be better days ahead. But I also want to spark accountability in you and encouragement in you that it's going to take effort on your part. It's going to take, first of all, becoming aware that you're not choosing this, that this isn't some penalty and payment that you're going to be forced to pay for the rest of your life. You need to come out of agreement with that and make a different choice. Choose to embrace the process of getting better. Choose to embrace the process of healing, and then start to learn about what is required for that, what it's going to take for you to get there. And then get busy after it, right? Get on the path to recovery. And that is entirely what I'm here to do. It's entirely the purpose of this group. It's also entirely the purpose of Grace for Living After Loss, the company, and our coaches. If you are in agreement or making a new choice or making that choice, we will throw everything but the kitchen sink at you. We will use every tool at our disposal. We will give you every opportunity to lift that 300 pounds or 400 pounds, whatever it is for you. We will show you the way and help to hold you accountable to do the things. But please know, and please note here that I say this in love, that it is a choice. You didn't choose it, but it is a choice. But the beauty of that is you can choose to make a new choice. You can choose to start down a new path. You can choose to learn a new way to think and live and love after loss. And that is what we're here to do. I hope that you guys have an amazing weekend. I hope that you chew on this, meditate on this, shout back. Let me know how you feel. If you think I'm crazy, if you disagree, let me know. If something resonates with you and sparks a little seed of hope in you, let me know that too. Until next time, guys, we'll see ya.